Hey guys, this is Nerdy Girl and you're watching Nerd World, your hub for all things nerdy. Now I know all of you non-nerds out there are wondering, why do nerds act this way? Why do nerds watch this? Why do they find these things so interesting? Well, luckily enough, this show is to explain and entertain. Now, Avatar, no, not the blue people. Yes, that Avatar aired its first episode on February 21st, 2005, and ended the series on July 19th, 2008. Why was it so popular? Well, Avatar: The Last Airbender was one of the few shows on Nickelodeon that appealed to an older audience, not just 6 to 11-year-olds. This widened the demographic to both younger and older audiences, which made it popular not only with kids, but with teens and parents as well. Although Avatar was, and still is, popular, people still have a lot of misconceptions about it. For example, on Toytema.com, one of the most common misconceptions about this show is that it's childish. However, it's rated Y7 and it has these common themes of war, politics, honor, love, loss, and even family issues. Take Zuko, for example. At first, he seems like such a total douchebag. However, later on into the series, we realize that he's a product of his tyrannical father, who cares more about conquering all 4 nations and less about the well-being of his own son. As a young boy, barely even a teenager, Zuko was banished from his home in the Fire Nation until he could bring back the Avatar. No matter how you look at this character, he is a young boy looking for the approval of his father. And then there's Katara and Sokka, who as young children lost their mother in a Fire Nation raid in their village. In general, this show touches upon dark subjects in a way that everyone can understand, even children. Another misconception about the show is that it's for young boys, and that no girl could ever relate to it. Actually, the female characters are just as relevant to the plot as the male characters. For example, Katara plays a far larger role to the plot than just being a mere love interest. Matter of fact, in the beginning of the series, Katara was more of like a mother, a sister, and a teacher to Aang, even though he had shown interest in her. Then later on in the series, we find out that Katara, along with Aang, is actually a foil character to Zuko. Now, a foil character is a character used to contrast with another character, usually the protagonist, but doesn't have to be the protagonist. Foil characters can also show similarities to another character to show, how that character might have been if they had chosen another route in life. In this scene where they are both trapped in a cave by Azula, both Katara and Zuko realized that they had both lost their mothers to the Fire Nation. And aside from being moral support and a foil character, she can also kick some serious butt and even cause a rebellion. Remember this episode where she was aboard a Fire Nation ship with these earthbending prisoners? This not only showed us that she could talk the talk, but she can walk the walk. She is no joke and no minor character either. And I just gotta say, When that live action version came out and her scene wasn't there, I was so mad. That was one of her defining moments and they just took it away. But you know what? That's going to be for another episode. Let's continue with this episode. Lastly, it has a great storyline. The story throughout the series is easy to follow and clever. Heck, even the humor is clever and it didn't use any references to pop culture. And honestly, it didn't need to. All in all, this show is a must-see for all nerds. Tune in next time to see why nerds go crazy over Legend of Korra. And don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. See you next time on Nerd World.